Welcome back, Tigers! In this video, we're going to learn how to add onto the button we created that allows users to change account owners from the Accounts tab in Salesforce. Our users need the ability to email the new account owner, and they want the email to contain the list of accounts that were reassigned. Let's go check out how to add this functionality to our Change Owner Account button. Here we are in Salesforce, and in case you missed a video that we did on this Change Owner Account button, you'll see the link in the description below. We're going to build on top of the flow that we created in that video. So we're going to go into Setup, and then we're going to go to Flows. And then we're going to go to our flow called Account Update Owner from List View. This is a screen flow. Now we want to give the user the ability to send the email to the person who is the new account owner who they select here. So we're going to add a checkbox that's going to allow them to choose whether or not they want to send this email. So we're going to call this Send Email Notification to New Account Owner. And when the user checks this box, it's going to send the email. We'll click Done there. And then we're going to add a decision element that's going to allow us to decide whether or not we need to send that email. The label will be called Send Email Notification to New Account Owner equals true. And then we will look for that checkbox to be true that we just created. Send email notification to account owner equals true. Our default outcome will be no. So if they want to send the email, we're going to have to do a couple of steps to get this email to go out, because we want to send a fancy email that has the list of all the account names that are being reassigned, and we want those account names to contain links to those account records. So we have a couple of things we're going to need to set up here. The first thing we need to do is a get records, and we're going to get the account owner information because we need to get the account owner's email address to be able to email them. We're going to look for the user object here, and then our criteria is going to be the user ID equals the new account owner ID. So whoever they chose in the new account owner lookup field on the screen, we want the ID of that. Then we're going to scroll down here. We only want the first record, and then we're going to choose the fields and let Salesforce do the rest to keep this flow nice and light, because we only need two fields. We only need email and first name. Next, we're going to do another get records. This is going to be called get updated accounts. We're going to look for the account object here, and we're going to look for all of the accounts where the ID is in our collection here. And if you remember, that's all the IDs that are coming in from the related list that the user checked. Then we're going to assign a sort order. It's going to be ascending, and we want to sort these by name so that they're in alphabetical order. We want to get all records, and then we want to choose fields and let Salesforce do the rest, and we only need the name field. Next, we're going to create a loop, and we're going to loop the updated accounts. And then here's where we're going to loop through all of these account records that we got in this record collection up here. And we're going to get their names and their links so that we can put them in an email template. So we have to create a couple of resources here. So we're going to go over here and we're going to create a new resource. And the first one that we're going to create is going to be a variable. This will be called var formatted account list. This is going to be a text. And then we'll click done. We'll create another resource. This is going to be a formula. This is going to be called for account link. And this is going to be data type text. And then we're going to use this link right here. Now, this is a formula that we got from Salesforce Time from Yumi. And this is what gives you the link for the account record. So this is just pulling over whatever the org name is, if you're in a sandbox, if you're in production, whatever your custom domain is, it doesn't matter. It's going to automatically pull that URL that the user is currently in based on the environment they're in. And then it's going to append the ID of the account record that's going through the loop. So this is how we're going to get all of the links. And then we'll create one more resource here. This is going to be a text template. This is going to be called TT account links. And then we need to make sure that we choose view as plain text here. And then in the body, we're going to put this snippet right here. Now there's going to be a link to the Blu Ninjas article that's going to contain all of these formulas and all of the syntax that we're using, so you can copy and paste right from there. But what this is going to do is it's going to show the link for the account within the body of the email template. So you'll see how all this works. This is another tip from Salesforce time as well, so thank you for that. All right, so now all of our resources have been created. So now we're going to do an assignment in here. This is going to be called assign formatted account list values. And then we're going to take the variable that we created called var formatted account list, and we're going to add the text template account links. And then what this is going to do is it's just going to continually add each account record to this variable. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to create a send email action outside of the loop. So this is going to loop through all those account records, get them all collected for you, and then we're going to send this email. We're going to do a send email, the simple action. This will be called send email to new account owner. And then we need to create one new resource here that we're going to use in the body of the email. So we're going to create a new text template here. And in the body, we're going to write, hi, account owner first name. So that's our field merge from our get records. You've been assigned new accounts in Salesforce. Here's the list. So here is the list that's going to show up with line breaks, with the account name, and with the link to the account record. You can make this show whatever you want. We're going to call this TT email body. Next thing we need to add in is the recipient list. So under recipient address list, we only want this to go to one person. So we can just use the get account owner information here and select the email. So this is why we needed to do that. Get records there. Then we want this to be a rich text formatted body. So you're going to make this true. And then the subject line, we just have straight text. If you want to put the account owner's name in there, you'd have to use a field merge, but we're just going to say list of new accounts assigned to you in Salesforce is our subject line. All right, that's all the things that we need to do to add this functionality to our button. So let's save this. We'll activate it. And now we're ready to test this out. So we'll come to our home page here. We'll go to our accounts tab. You can go to any account related list. And we can see that these first three records are assigned to Lila Pouncer. So let's go ahead and reassign those to me. So I'm going to go to my button here called Change Owner. I'm going to choose myself in here. I'm going to choose to send the email notification to the new account owner. All right, it says the accounts were reassigned and the email was sent successfully. So you can see it here. So here's the list of accounts, all in a nice list here. And let's copy this link and let's make sure that it goes to where we're expecting it to go to. All right, perfect. And that takes me right to the Acme account page. So that's how you add that functionality in. Now we want to show you one little pro tip that we learned from one of our subscribers, Venkatesh. Thank you so much for helping to make our functionality better in our Change Owner Account button. So let's come back here and let's select a couple of these. I'm going to change these over to Nate Panther. And Venkatesh showed us how we don't have to have this link right here that returns the user back to the Accounts tab. Instead, we can just use a snippet on the end of our button. So we're going to go ahead and go into Setup, and we'll go to the Account object. We'll go to our button. And you can just add this right here on the end, a question mark, filter name equals underscore underscore recent. And when the user clicks finish, it will route them back to the account tab, the recently viewed list view. So that's really nice tips in case the user doesn't see that link, which they often don't, and they just click the finish button, it will route them right back. That's it, that's a wrap. Be sure to subscribe to Blue Tiger Academy so you don't miss out on our upcoming tutorials. We are working on an Einstein activity capture series for you next. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions or if you'd like to see a video on a different Salesforce topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.